Hi, my name is Linn and this is the Darbin Orvar channel. And today we're gonna build a garden toolbox. Guys, I know it's not spring everywhere in the country, but believe me, spring will be here sooner than you think. So what better to get inspired and get into that mindset than starting to think about some spring projects. So today we're gonna build a garden toolbox out of cedar. A little tote that you can use to carry your plants, your garden tools or dirt or whatever it is that you're doing in your garden. So let's get building. I started with cutting up some rough sawn cedar on the table saw. I was aiming for 1x2 boards, so I cut them 3/4 of an inch wide and then I cleaned the sides up on each board. After that I cut them to size on the miter saw. Next up, gluing the basic box together. I'm simply staggering the boards so they overlap, and I use staples to clamp everything down as it's drying. I'm also adding some screws to connect the levels, and I'm marking out where each screw is going, since once the next level goes on I can't see where the screw is, and I don't want to screw in the same place twice. And then it's just a matter of building the levels up. I made the box 4 levels high. Next up, the sides. Now I wanted to continue the same design, so I glued 4 pieces together. I also wanted to slip in the handle here, so I left a hole for where the handle will be going. So I marked out the center and I put in a piece of wood where the handle is going, and then I glued, everything together with the hole for the handle. And after that I just clamped all the pieces together and let it dry. The main box is constructed here now, and I have included these rails here, small pieces of wood that I have just stapled in here to create a type of rail at the bottom of the box here. For my fake bottom, I have 2 long rails and I have 11 slats. Now I need a spacer of 9/16 in between each one, so I just cut up a piece of paper and I'm gonna use that as a divider to get them all nice and even. Once the sides were dry, I marked out the slope and cut it on the bandsaw. I also wanted a lighter design, so I cut some hole out with the drill press. Then I removed the excess wood with a chisel to achieve kind of like an oval hole in each side, basically to lighten the design a bit, and then I cleaned it up with a rasp. Next it was time to cut the handle to size and glue that in. So I marked out how long I wanted it, cut it, and then glued in the handle. After that I glued on the sides to the box. I made sure everything had some good glue coverage, and then I clamped it down. Now you really should add some screws to connect the sides to the main box to get everything a little bit stronger. Then once it was dry, I started sanding. I also used my spoke shave to round off the handle a little bit. Now this tool works great for that, and it does a really good job of rounding the sides, and it's easy to use. It's one of my favorite tools. And then once the handle was nice and round, I just finished off sanding everywhere to get it nice and smooth. What I really like about this is that it's such a versatile little box. I mean, you can use it for anything. You can put your garden tools in it, your pots, things you want to transport out in the garden. And the bottom is removable, so you can just shake off whatever dirt gets on it, and it's much easier that way, nothing gets dirty. You can even take it shopping to a nursery, which I happened to do just the other day. I think I'm really going to like this tote, no matter whether I take it out like this to buy some plants or to keep garden tools in, or even just to keep some plants in because it looks quite nice. Of course, cedar is great to leave natural because it's insect resistant, but if you built this out of pine or something like this, then you could always paint it. So this was a fun project, and I think we can all use a little more spring in our lives, whether you're dealing with snow or sunshine right now. So this was a really fun and very simple project to build, and nice to deal with cedar. Don't forget to check out my latest shop update on Darbin Oats Also, I opened up a new shop, so go and check that out. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Find me on social media to get constant updates on what I'm working on. And yeah, see you soon in a couple of days. Bye!